Nestled amid the quiet fields of northern France lies Pernes British Cemetery, a place born out of desperation and sacrifice in the final year of the Great War. Unlike many cemeteries on the Western Front, Pernes wasn't opened until April 1918 as a relentless German spring offensive pushed Allied lines to the brink. Here, Canadian casualty clearing stations rushed to save the wounded as the battle swept ever closer. Within these peaceful grounds, more than 1,000 First World War servicemen found their final rest, alongside a handful from the Second World War. Every headstone tells a story of hope, courage and loss, ordinary men far from home who gave everything in history's darkest hours. Today, we remember 3 of those stories. 3 men from different corners of the world, whose journeys all ended here at Pernes. Their lives remind us that behind every name carved in stone lies a story worth telling. George William Rowley grew up in Nuneaton, Warwickshire, the beloved son of George and Sarah Jane Rowley. Before the war, he worked at Sketchley Dye Works, dreaming perhaps of a different future. But when war came, George answered the call, joining the army in September 1914. He served through the mud and the chaos of the Western Front, surviving wounds at Ypres and the Somme, battling trench fever and earning a mention for conspicuous gallantry in January 1918. As a machine gunner with the Sherwood Foresters, George was hit by enemy fire on August 15, 1918. Unconscious, he was carried to the casualty clearing station, where, despite every effort, he died 2 days later, at just 23. His commanding officer remembered him as a great favourite amongst the other fellows, a man whose steadiness under fire inspired confidence in all around him. Buried at Pernes, George's headstone bears a simple but poignant tribute. 'Twas those who loved him most in life that miss him most in death. A year later, his family's grief echoed in a touching newspaper poem, word of a mother waiting on that beautiful shore, forever remembering her son. From the quiet fields of South Gower, Ontario, Thomas Augustus Arcand was a farmer, a husband and a father of 2 before the Great War changed everything. He left home in March 1916 to serve Canada, arriving in France in 1917, where he faced the full fury of the Western Front. Wounded by shrapnel in November, Thomas recovered and returned to his unit with the 38th Canadian Infantry. On May 28, 1918, during a heavy barrage, he was struck by shell fragments in his thigh and face. Despite doctors' best efforts, Thomas succumbed to his wounds the next day. He was just 29 years old. Thomas left behind a young family, a farm, and a future that would never be. He now rests at Pernes among the men he fought beside, his sacrifice remembered across oceans and generations. Frank Pitchford Silvers was the son of a Wolverhampton hotel keeper, an old boy at the grammar school, and a natural leader both on the football field and in the trenches. He started as a ranker in the South Staffordshire Regiment and earned a commission, and by 1917 he had become a captain, young, ambitious and full of promise. Frank served in France from 1915, surviving some of the worst fighting of the war. In 1918, he was awarded a military cross for his extraordinary courage.
For conspicuous gallantry and devotion to duty. During an attack, he led his company with great dash and determination, capturing the objective and consolidating the position under heavy fire. Later, he repelled several counterattacks, displaying exceptional leadership and courage throughout the operations.
But on May 27, 1918, Frank was mortally wounded. He died aged just 25. His promise cut short, but his bravery immortalised. His family chose the inscription, "He died that we might live." 3 men, 3 stories, one final resting place far from home. Pernes British Cemetery is filled with names like George, Thomas and Frank, each one with a life, a family and a legacy that still echoes today. Next time you pass by a war cemetery or see a Commonwealth War Graves headstone, pause for a moment. Think of the journeys, the sacrifices and the love left behind. If these stories moved you, I'd love for you to join our community here. You can support the channel by joining as a member or simply by liking, commenting and sharing these videos. Every bit helps keep their memories alive. And if you have a family story or a connection to Pernes or any other war cemetery, please share it in the comments below. Let's remember them together. Thank you for watching. If you like listening to the stories of the history of those who came before, then please give the video a like and subscribe to keep updated about future videos of the history of those who came before.